2024 graduation ceremony. Today, we mark a very special achievement in the lives of our graduates. It is our great joy to honor them. Graduates, over the past 4 years, we've had the pleasure of observing you, your hard work on and around our campuses. And one thing has become abundantly clear: you're a very special group. Your employers, co-workers, and most importantly, your patients will be lucky to have you at their side. Throughout your 4 years of rigorous study and training, you've demonstrated your commitment to providing a level of care that goes beyond treating an illness or injury or healing an injury. You have shown your readiness to meet the needs of your patients in their entirety as full human beings. The father of osteopathy, Andrew David Still, once said, "The body is a unit, a harmonious whole made up of mutually dependent parts." During your time with us, we have encouraged you to understand the body as Dr. Still did, and to look at your patients in their entirety rather than as an assembly of individual parts. With this approach in mind, you will maximize the essence of your patient's full being. They will see the difference in your approach, and their lives will benefit. Your coworkers will notice too, and some of your willingness to look beyond the illness or disease will surely rub off on them. You've also endeavored to instill in you a love of learning, a keen sense of curiosity, and a devotion to lifelong learning. By constantly refreshing your knowledge and skills, you will always approach your patients with the richest arsenal of tools at your disposal as leaders. Soon, you will head off onto your residencies, committed to supporting the health of your fellow human beings at a time when your skills are greatly needed. As the U.S. grows older and its aging population requires more advanced levels of care, many lifelong providers are aging out of the market. Many of you will find yourselves in workplaces facing critical staffing shortages. They will need your energy, your expertise, your optimism, and your care. I'm sure you will provide all that, and you will do so much more. But first, we celebrate your accomplishments as students and mark your transition into the field as doctors. This is a tremendous milestone in your lives, and I encourage you to take a moment to pause, look around the room, look at your classmates. These classmates have been your study partners and friends. Look at your professors who guided you in your learning. Look up to those your loved ones who helped make this time in the program possible. Finally, look inward and reflect on the challenges that you have had to overcome to reach this point. Reflect on the successes, large and small, you've enjoyed along the path that led you to this moment. Go ahead, take a deep breath, take a mental snapshot, a mental picture. Feel the satisfaction of having completed your studies. Feel the pride that we all share in your accomplishments. You did it. Well, and look forward to seeing you back on campus after honor. Thank you very much.
They know, Dr. Gallagher also serves as Chief Compliance Officer, Physician Advisor, Patient Safety Officer, and Human Protections Administrator. And as a Physician Advisor for the American Association of Physician Leadership, Dr. Gallagher mentors other physicians who are facing similar challenges in rural areas across the country. Recently, to enhance her considerable effectiveness, she decided to pursue a health law degree at Mitchell Hamel School of Law in St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm tired. I'm just reading it. Locally, Dr. Gallagher serves on the Professional Advisory Committee of Valley Home Health Services. In addition to serving as trustee at the University of New England, she serves on the Institutional Review Board at the University of Southern Maine and the Board of Directors for the Heuristic Council for Health and Families. Dr. Gallagher was inducted in Psi Sigma Alpha Honor Society in '96 and named a Fellow of the American College of Osteopathic Obstetricians and Gynecologists in 2007. She completed the Health Leadership Development Program at the Daniel Henley Center and the Institute for Civic Leadership in 2010. Like the pioneering physicians who started UNICOM, Dr. Gallagher is committed to serving the people of Maine. In everything she does, she takes an all-hands-on-deck approach to leadership and service. Her leadership at Cary Medical Center has repeatedly been cited as one of the critical components in saving that rural hospital and maintaining its ability to care for the people in that community. Dr. Gallagher has been a healthcare delivery pioneer, leading her rural hospital community through many, many challenges, COVID being just one of them. Please join me in recognizing her many accomplishments.
foreseen when I set out to complete my residency in obstetrics and gynecology. I did, in fact, practice as an obstetrician and gynecologist, as I expected I would do, but I've also run a cancer center, assumed the role of infection preventionist, managing every aspect of our organizational response during the global pandemic, and now count the role of interim laboratory manager among the hats that I wear. When I graduated, I only ever expected to be an OBGYN. All this to say that our profession, much like life itself, demands adaptability. There is no single solution or trait that guarantees success when reading the unknown. Instead, the key is to cultivate the essential attributes that will empower us to navigate the complexities of our roles with confidence and grace. Today, I offer you my opinion on the cornerstones of professional excellence: critical thinking, diligence, humility, and empathy. These essential traits will guide you to meet situations you will encounter in your professional lives long. Striving to embody these values has helped me find a measure of success in the very roles into which I have stepped over the years. I have occasionally heard people quote the famous Irishman Oscar Wilde, who said, "Experience is the hardest kind of teacher because it gives you the test first and the lesson afterward." And while I understand the sentiment articulated by Wilde, I find it defeatist because it implies the unknown is something we are destined to meet off guard. Inherent in the sentiment is the hint that our lack of preparation is inevitable, that hard lessons will come at a cost, and that we are essentially powerless to alter this paradigm. Instead, I favor the words of a different writer, Oliver Wendell Holmes Sr., who said, "The mind, once stretched by a new idea, never goes back to its former dimension." Dr. Holmes, who is a physician and a poet, is describing something real. He speaks of the fascinating concept of neuroplasticity, which, as you all know, is the brain's ability to change, reorganize, and grow new neural networks when presented with new information. In other words, our brains are equipped with the ability to adapt based on this new information. Experience is not a hard teacher, it's fuel for enlightenment. Holmes' statement reminds us that our minds are primed for growth. Through that lens, any challenges that come our way may be viewed not as tests we are destined to fail, but as stepping stones to excellence. One of the most essential skills you can develop during your training is critical thinking. In medicine, logical reasoning, evidence-based decision-making are paramount. You've learned to analyze complex situations. You've weigh the evidence and make sound judgments for the benefit of your patients. Trust in your ability to navigate through uncertainty with clarity and precision. Your critical thinking skills will guide you through the most challenging clinical scenarios, ensuring the best possible outcome for your patients. Competence in medicine is bolstered by diligence and dedication. You work tirelessly to reach this moment in your lives. And we have gathered here at Merrill Auditorium to mark the importance of your achievement. As you embark on your medical careers, recognize that ours is a path of lifelong learning, and be intentional in your pursuit of maintaining an up-to-date fund of knowledge in your chosen field. Maintain that same level of diligence when you encounter something in practice that doesn't add up, and don't stop asking questions until you help uncover the root of the problem. Diligence fuels confidence and competence. Approach each case with thoroughness and persistence, seeking solutions even when faced with ambiguity. And with regard to things that don't add up, the answers we do not know, and our own fallibility, return to the strength of humility. The first time after you walk out of this auditorium and you find yourself on rounds with an attending physician who, favoring the Socratic method, puts you on the spot in front of medical students who are following you on rotation, your fellow interns who you've just met and are eager to impress, the senior residents who seem so sophisticated compared to you, and sometimes even the patients themselves who are hoping somebody nearby knows the answer. And your face flushes and your mind goes blank. I want you to remember the value of humility. You will never know every answer to begin with. It is impossible. But you can learn all of them. When it happens, set aside the desire to see your attending as a mean jerk. Listen, between us, she may be a mean jerk. More often, though, she's asking you the question not to embarrass you, but because it's important that if you don't already know, you learn it, and that everybody else around you learns it. And that because she knows in a few hours when you were in the hospital when she has gone home, you're going to need to know that answer to take care of your patients. Embrace humility as a guiding principle in your practice. Medical knowledge is vast, and we've only scratched the surface. It's humbling to realize how much there is to learn and understand. No matter how much you know, there will always be more to discover. Each new experience or encounter is not a test to pass or fail, but an opportunity to learn and grow, to build new neural networks, and to hone your skills. Remember that everyone has something to teach you. Even the jerky attendees who teach us how not to act. Believe it or not, they can be just as valuable as the mentors who inspire us to be better by modeling excellence. Cultivate humility as a lifelong companion on your journey as a physician. It will guard against hubris, one of the greatest pitfalls in medicine, and it will keep you grounded, open-minded, and compassionate towards your patients and colleagues. Finally, and perhaps the most vital of all, we arrive at empathy. For many of us, empathy is the why we became doctors in the first place. Empathy lies at the heart of compassionate care. It goes without saying that our patients are more than just their medical conditions, and that what may become rote to us in everyday practice may be entirely brand new and sometimes even frightening to them. Practicing empathy will help you cultivate genuine connections with your patients and enrich their healthcare experience. In this way, you will enhance not only the health and well-being of your patients, but the wellness of your practice and our collective community. As you embark on your medical careers, keep these principles in your mind and practice. They will serve as guiding lights, grounding you in times of uncertainty and empowering you to make meaningful contributions to the lives of others. In conclusion, I thank you again and encourage you to sustain the remarkable courage and dedication with which you embarked on this journey. I have such faith in you. Congratulations once more, and may you flourish in your work as physicians, delivering compassionate care and advancing the health and well-being of your patients and communities. Congratulations.
distinguished guests, family, friends. It's been a weird few years. In reflecting on our UNE tenure and what would become my remarks to you today, I was reminded of something Dr. Stevens told our class on the last day of our second year. What you have gone through to get to this point, he said, is something that only the people sitting in this room will ever understand. And with deep admiration for the support of our family and friends and partners, I think his sentiment is true. Getting to this point, our graduation day from medical school, has been very, very hard. And further, getting to our medical school graduation, learning medicine in the manner we have, where the world battles a global pandemic, is an experience our classmates alone will ever truly understand. I would guess that when you decided to apply to medical school, you did not envision spending your entire orientation on Zoom, nor did you anticipate spending hours garbed in yellow PPE with masks and face shields, nor being told who your lone 7 friends would be whilst cloistered in tiny pods of 8.
I would guess that you didn't foresee a complete lack of in-person events with your extracurriculars and social life limited to COVID testing and clinics. Nor did you think that Santa Claus would be a central figure at your drive-through white coat ceremony. These are moments that we, the class of 2024, alone have been privy to. But as I reflected on all the strange circumstances of our first 2 years, it dawned on me that there were many gifts that our unique experience of Zoom school gave us. Because of Zoom, we learned things about each other that were intimate and personal in a way we would not have in a lecture hall. As I scrolled through our class list a few weeks ago, I realized I could paint each of your Zoom squares perfectly in my mind. I could see Matt Garrity's Boston sports paraphernalia on the wall behind him. I could see the twinkle of Alyssa Brockman's Christmas lights. As I continued my mental scroll, I spotted Harbor resting on Andrew Hoy's finger. I watched the Lamb boys make comments at each other from 2 different Zoom squares, Brady Bunch style. On one Zoom page of 30 squares, 12 cats walked across a keyboard. There was Nick Marinelli zooming in from a chairlift. And Ren Holliber, at the tender age of 1, was definitely looking more engaged in the undoctoring session than I was. But this just didn't apply to our classmates. We got to know our faculty in a weirdly personal way, too. Do you think the current first years know how big of an antique collector Dr. Frothingham is? We're dying to know where those wooden crutches came from. Have the second years watched Dr. Shanky articulately explain to his kids that a package delivery is not an emergency that warrants interrupting a lecture? Dr. Ian Mang has a drum set in his basement. Dr. Megan May's kids spilled Cheerios on the trampoline. And Dr. Colley is once again in Florida. These are insights that we alone have been privy to. Try as you might, even in normal times, you would never be able to explain to someone the idiosyncrasies of medical school. Think of our standardized patient encounters. It is impossible to convey to a layperson the terror that pulses through your veins as you face a wooden door, waiting for that voice from the heavens to say, "You may begin." What's on the other side of that door, people ask? A grizzly bear? A student loan collector? I wish. It's a woman with a very confusing story about an ailment that might be a heart attack or could be a thyroid problem, but maybe she just needs OMM, but you're not sure. So you wash your hands for a 5th time. All the while thinking about how Robin Watts lied to you and told you this was all going to be fine. And before you know it, time's up. And you're being handed a feedback form that says, "Well done, but incorrect." Which is actual feedback that Dr. Lynch gave me as a second year. These are moments that we alone have been privy to. We have spent the past 4 years experiencing medical school, a unique experience in the best of times under the singular circumstances of a global pandemic. However, it is not just the novel coronavirus that has distinctively shaped our education. The past 4 years have also been impacted by new and continued conflicts throughout our world, in Haiti, Sudan, Yemen, Israel, Palestine, and Ukraine. Our country continues its struggle with the opiate epidemic, racial injustice, and socioeconomic disparities, issues that we encountered closely as medical students on our clinical rotations. And closer to home, we experienced collective grief and heartbreak last October when 18 individuals lost their lives in Lewiston in what would become the worst mass shooting event in Maine's history. Medicine is hard. And it's getting harder as our society makes medicine more industry than service, more machine than human connection. Every day we hear stories of people casting doubt on our profession, something that is hurtful to hear after putting years and years of effort into getting to where we sit today. But as heavy as the future of medicine may appear, being a physician remains such a unique privilege. Our future will be filled with hard days. And on those days, I want us to remember what a gift it is to be a physician, to be the person a patient confides in. When a patient is at their most vulnerable, overcome by pain or illness or fear or uncertainty, it is such a gift to be the one who they seek out, to be the provider that can sit with them and compassionately hear their story. Whether our patients meet us on an operating table, in an exam room, or in a hospital bed, we have chosen a profession that at its core embraces the care of another person, a fellow human. Honor the vulnerability that has brought them to this moment and earn the trust that they have given us, because this individual and this healing relationship is one that we alone will be privy to. Today, we take another step into a profession that will demand much from us and ask us to use our privilege and our opportunity to better the world. And because of what we, the class of 2024, have experienced, we have become well prepared to traverse the roads less traveled, or in some cases, the roads still unknown. As much as I have spent the past few minutes highlighting the uniqueness of our experience, we have not traveled these roads alone. Today, our class gives great thanks to the UNICOM faculty and staff who bore witness to our failings and mistakes as they morphed into successes and accomplishments. Thank you. To our family, friends, and partners who patiently listened as we moaned and groaned about PQs, RATs, CMAPs, CBLs, CSAs, and all 7 stages of Spencer. You have walked by our side for 4 long years. As much as this experience has been unique for us, it has also been for you. And we are grateful for your gentleness in the hard times and your joy in the good. Thank you. I wish to give a special thanks to my fellow class officers, Morgan Brown, Connor DeVoe, and Tal Safnat, who have been a great support and grounding force of reason and creativity for me in the role as your class president. A very warm thanks to the 3 of you. In turn, the 4 of us are deeply thankful to you, our classmates, for providing us with the opportunity to serve with and for you over the course of the last 4 years. To my dear classmates, my friends, my now colleagues, I am so excited for each of you. I am so proud of all that you have accomplished in the weirdest of circumstances, and I am so excited for your next chapter that begins this afternoon. May you embrace your career with a love of self and a knowledge of your self-worth, knowing that you are a gift to this profession and not another cog in the wheel. May you always remember your experience as a student and welcome learners with kindness. May you create an environment of growth, recognizing that we have a gift to impart to the next generation of medical professionals. May you see your role as a physician advocate, knowing the impact you play on a patient's health and on the health of our society. And may you always hold your patients in your heart, remembering that it is them, our neighbors, our friends, and our fellow humans that are the cornerstones of our chosen profession. My best to each of you, and a very heartfelt congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Schneider. At this time, I asked Associate Dean Bornicore to please come to the lectern to read the names of the candidates to receive the hood for the Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine. Will the faculty marshals please escort the candidates to the stage? Will the hooding marshals please escort the hooders?
Humza Ali, hooded by Hawaida A. Arafat, MD, PhD. Next up, Momna Asalam, hooded by Hawaida A. Arafat, MD, PhD. Matthew C. Augusta, hooded by Nick Phillips, DO. Aishwarya Arundhati Ayapan, hooded by Hawaida A. Arafat, MD, PhD. Michael J. Azat, hooded by Hawaida A. Arafat, MD, PhD. Delaney May Barber, hooded by Glenn J. Neeland, D.C. Alyssa Laura Brockman, hooded by Nancy Philliter, MD. Victoria L. Brewer Clark, hooded by Kyle Scully, PhD. Zachary William Brewster, hooded by William C. Brewster, MD. Mark Gerald Brinkman, hooded by Nick Phillips, DO. Carrie Lee Brown, hooded by Hawaida A. Arafat, MD, PhD. Morgan Page Brown, hooded by Cheryl L. Krusky, DNP. Bianca Lynn Bustamante, hooded by Jeffrey Peter Branson, MBA. Quinlan Jenna Kasich, hooded by Kyle Scully, PhD. Sean Callaghy, hooded by Nick Phillips, DO.
Hey, way to go, Sean!
Jacqueline H. Cam, hooded by Gregory Allen Dio. Katrina Marie Cataneo, hooded by Ingrid Shematia, Dio 88. Tristan M. Chambers, hooded by Jennifer Weiner Smith, MD. Brianna Cheng, hooded by Kyle Scully, PhD. Oh, Nick Phillips, DO. Nora Mae Connors, hooded by Ling Sao, MD, PhD. Emily Ann Cronin, hooded by Charles L. Cronin, DO. Rachel Dasom Cutting, hooded by Nick Phillips, DO. Alyssa L. Damon, hooded by Kyle Scully, PhD. Kay Elizabeth DeAndrea, hooded by Evan DeAndrea, JD. Teen Toy Dang, hooded by Chris Frothingham, DO 2001. Megan Marie D'Antone, hooded by Nick Phillips, DO. Brandon Dow, hooded by Kyle Scully, PhD. Nicole Michelina Del Signore, hooded by Karen K. Maynard, MD, MPH. Connor Benjamin DeVoe, hooded by Hannah L. DeVoe, JD. Reagan Sean Diorio, hooded by Nick Phillips, DO. Savannah Jo Dimmick, hooded by Marilyn Gallucci, PhD. Andrew Robert Doolittle, hooded by Kyle Scully, PhD. Kimberly T. Drago, hooded by Marilyn Gallucci, PhD. Madeline A. Egan, hooded by Timothy Manahan, DO 96. Lee Michael Esposito, hooded by Robert Kelly, DO 2006. Brian Keith Felsted, hooded by R. Keith Felsted, DO. Siobhan Eileen Fennell, hooded by Diana Good, PhD. Samantha R. Fields, hooded by Marilyn Gallucci, PhD. Alexandra Page Fleck, hooded by Maggie Calamari, DO 23. Soleil Ghani, hooded by Osama Ghani, MD. Matthew Gregory Garrity, hooded by Hawaida Arafat, MD, PhD. Daniel Guion, hooded by Timothy Guion, PhD. Luciana Ava Gizzo, hooded by Tom A. Gizzo, JD. Kaylee Nicole Gable, hooded by Nancy Philliter, MD. Mariana Denisita Gomes Aversa, hooded by Anna Paula Gomes, DO 94. Joseph Frederick Gottschalk, hooded by Nick Phillips, DO. Julia A. Graff, hooded by Kyle Scully, PhD. A.J. Graham, hooded by Kalila Reddy, Ph.D. Rachel Ann Hampton, hooded by Phyllis Hampton, M.D. Kaylee Patricia Hanley, hooded by Jennifer Brooke Weiss, PharmD. Grace Caroline Hannigan, hooded by Catherine Hannafy, DO 04. Hina N. Hashmi, hooded by Nabil Hashmi, MD. Ryan A. Healy, hooded by Nick Phillips, DO. Tara Ann Hebert, hooded by Hawaida A. Arafat, MD, PhD. Frank William Holliber, hooded by Michael McCartan, DO 83. Eric Holmesman, hooded by Dag Holmesman, MD. John Brantley Hooks, hooded by Kyle Scully, PhD. Sarah Nassif Howard, hooded by Nick Phillips, DO. Andrew Hoy, hooded by Kyle Scully, PhD. Kevin Huang, hooded by Pai Jung Huang, MD. Daria Rose Ivanitsky, hooded by Arun Man, DO 23. Margia Janati, hooded by Hawaida Arafat, MD, PhD. Evan Windell Jones, hooded by Ingrid Shematia, DO 88. Sinju Joseph, hooded by Nick Phillips, D.O. Max S. Caniff, hooded by Kyle Scully, Ph.D. Shadia Kokobani, hooded by Hawaida Arafat, M.D., Ph.D. Amelia M. Keene, hooded by Nick Phillips, D.O. Ethan Kaler Kennedy, hooded by Edward Kennedy, Ph.D., DTH. Jesse Caton, hooded by Jamie Longo, MD. Congrats, sir. Melissa Jean Kelsey Felstead, hooded by R. Keith Felstead, D.O. Layla Khatib, hooded by Saeed Khatib, M.D. Alyssa Chung Ah Kim, hooded by Marilyn Galucci, Ph.D. Charlotte Hastings Kirk, hooded by Hannah Barman, Ph.D. Matthew R. Kerpas, hooded by Mark Schenke, Ph.D. Ahmad Bilal Kosar, hooded by Hawaida Arafat, M.D., Ph.D. Nikitha K. Kotha, hooded by Hawaida Arafat, M.D., Ph.D. Connor Robert LaJoy, hooded by Nick Phillips, D.O. Brian Lamboy, hooded by Kyle Scully, PhD. Joanna Pagano Lamboy, hooded by Brian Lamboy, DO 24. Paige Elizabeth Likes, hooded by Randall Likes, DO 99. Diana Y. Liu, hooded by Luna Liu, DO. Gia L. Liu, hooded by Nick Phillips, DO. Travis J. Lockhart, hooded by Dylan Rossi, DO 23. Allie Leffler, hooded by Heather Gregory Martin, MD. Chrysanthi E. Lundstead, hooded by Hawaida Arafat, MD, PhD. Sarah Elizabeth McLeod, hooded by Lori Rumry, FNP. Sophia Gilman Malari, hooded by Juan J. Malari, MD. Mariam Margaret Maloyan, hooded by Majid Kuri, MD. Teresa Elizabeth Marcinelli Williams, hooded by Kyle Scully, PhD. Claudia Renee Maynard, hooded by Sarah Mead, DO 13. Lauren Elizabeth McGinnis, hooded by Robert Henshaw, MD. Jameson P. McShay, hooded by Kristen McShay, JD. Kristen Michelle Miller, hooded by Nick Phillips, DO. Mariana Chiavelli, hooded by Jody A. Conrad, D.O. Anthony D. Miller, hooded by Jack Forbush, D.O., 2001. Shannon Lucille Monroe, hooded by Alec Jenke, D.O. Ryan Olivia Murphy, hooded by Kyle Scully, Ph.D. Orion Myery, hooded by Nick Phillips, D.O. Maritza Kaylee Nari, hooded by Donald R. Nari, II, J.D. Nicholas Andrew Natalizio, hooded by Nancy Philliter, M.D. Urun Nayar, hooded by Kyle Scully, Ph.D. Amber J. Newell, hooded by Timothy Manahan, D.O., 96. Kyumi Kim Win, hooded by Timothy Manahan, D.O., 96. Chu Hao Ni, hooded by Ling Sao, M.D., Ph.D. Keon Olia, hooded by Aliriza Olia, J.D. Lauren Elizabeth Oliveri, hooded by Nick Phillips, D.O. Thomas Allen O'Mara, hooded by Ross Barman, D.O., 19. Madison Page Oxley, hooded by Eric Steele, D.O., 87. Shamal Oza, hooded by Kyle Scully, Ph.D. Cassandra Papaleo, hooded by Catherine Brandt, DO 97. Brianne Paradis Kaczynski, hooded by Edwin Kaczynski, PharmD. Eric G. Patel, hooded by Kushani Patel, DO 20. Karishma Patel, hooded by Hina Patel, PharmD. Andrew Pearson, hooded by Nick Phillips, DO. Joseph W. Penna, hooded by Kyle Scully, PhD. Michael Don Walter Pino, hooded by Marilyn Gallucci, PhD. Leah G. Pinsky, hooded by Adele Susan Feeney, MSN DNP. Michael B. Pierce, hooded by Nick Phillips, DO. Lauren F. Poplaski, hooded by Kyle Scully, PhD. Emily May Ramirez, hooded by Nick Phillips, DO. Priyanka Ravichandran, hooded by Kyle Scully, PhD. William John Martin Rinaldi, hooded by Maria Jones, DO 21. Morgan M. Robinson, hooded by Nick Phillips, DO. Andrea Louise Roach, hooded by Andrew Seafield, MD. Aditya Roy, hooded by Kyle Scully, PhD. Violetta Helena Raczynski Fiorica, hooded by Giuseppe Fiorica, MD. Sarah Rachel Sacco, hooded by Catherine Hanafi, DO04. Julia A. Sagasta, hooded by Nick Phillips, DO. Katie Marie Santinello, hooded by Abby Santinello, DO. Julia R. Sanzoni, hooded by Kyle Scully, PhD. Molly P. Schossberger, hooded by Donald Schossberger, MD. Alexis M. Schneider, hooded by Christina Lincoln, DO. Cameron W. Scott, hooded by Mark J. Gorman, MD. Andrew Jacob Shanus, hooded by Jacqueline Shanus, JD. Anna Catherine Shapiro, hooded by Donna Marie Shapiro, PhD. Alana Schechter, hooded by Harrison Schechter, JD. Rachel Schumacher, hooded by Huwaida A. Arafat, MD, PhD. Douglas Chase Shortridge, hooded by Nick Phillips, DO. Isabel Smith, hooded by Jennifer Weiner Smith, MD. Duncan James Smith Friedman, hooded by Andrew Smith Friedman, DO 22. Bruno Sosa Dinucci, hooded by Kyle Scully, PhD. Emily Marie Stafford, hooded by Michael Stafford, Ph.D. Kevin T. Stavnis, hooded by Nick Phillips, D.O. Hannah V. Stein, hooded by Chris Frothingham, D.O. 01. Priscilla Suzal Wright, hooded by Angela Saliga, Ph.D. Jaden James Sycamore, hooded by Amy James, Ph.D. Stacy Tarantiva, hooded by Kate Caraballo, J.D. Nina Takur, hooded by Kyle Scully, Ph.D. Gary Raymond Thoreau, hooded by Nick Phillips, D.O. Drew J. Tiku, hooded by Catherine Hannafy, D.O. 04. Tal Safnat, hooded by Tamar Safnat, M.D. Anastasia Murray Tosamides, hooded by Kathleen Murray, Ph.D. Sorry. Christopher Gordon Van Heer, hooded by Michelle Estabrook, M.D. Sarah C. White, hooded by Marilyn Gallucci, Ph.D. Hunter M. Williams, hooded by Kyle Scully, Ph.D. Peter G. Wilson Brown, hooded by Nick Phillips, D.O. Elizabeth M. Wright, hooded by Kyle Scully, Ph.D. Hannah Elizabeth Zazulak, hooded by O. Gregory Zazulak, M.D. Livia J. Zane, hooded by Hawaida A. Arafat, M.D., Ph.D.
At this time, I would like to ask Dr. Jody Herman, class of 2006, president of the Maine Osteopathic Association and president of the UNICOM Alumni Association, to please come forward to administer the osteopathic oath. It's in here.
Thank you, Dr. Carrero. Congratulations to all of you on reaching this point. Very good. It's now my honor and privilege to administer the osteopathic oath. The pledging of the osteopathic oath is a time-honored tradition that binds your word and your actions to our profession and has been sworn by all doctors of osteopathy who preceded you. I ask that you please recite the oath along with me. Doctors, please stand. They respond well for their first call. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do hereby affirm my loyalty to the profession I am about to enter. I will be mindful always of my great responsibility. To preserve the health and the life of my patients. To retain their confidence and respect, both as a physician and a friend, who will guard their secrets with scrupulous honor and fidelity, to perform faithfully my professional duties, to employ only those recognized methods of treatments consistent with good judgment and with my skill and ability, keeping in mind always nature's law, and the body's inherent capacity for recovery. I will be ever vigilant in aiding the general welfare of the community. Sustaining its laws and institutions, not engaging in those practices which will in any way bring shame or discredit upon myself or my profession. I will give no drugs for deadly purposes to any person, though it be asked of me. I will endeavor to work in accord with my colleagues. in a spirit of progressive cooperation, and never by word or by act cast imputations upon them or their rightful practices. I will look with respect and esteem upon all those who have taught me my art. To my college, I will be loyal and strive always for its best interests and for the interests of the students who will come after me. I will be ever alert to further the application of basic biologic truths to the healing arts, and to develop the principles of osteopathy, which were first enunciated by Andrew Taylor Still. In the presence of this gathering, I bind myself to my oath.
Doctors, I hereby confer upon you all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities herein bestowed as a Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine. May I please present the physicians of the class of 2024. Vin? I would like to invite all the attendees to please join us for reception immediately following the ceremony outside on the plaza in front of City Hall. It is not raining. Woo! I ask that and the microphone is working. I ask that the audience please remain seated and wait for the platform party and the graduates procession to march out before you leave your seats. I want to offer my personal congratulations to the graduates. This is a momentous achievement, and you're not yet finished. Sorry, but you aren't. The process of becoming a physician is really just beginning today. Over the last 4 years, you faced challenges and difficulties, seriously, and I've been in medical education for 30 years. What you guys went through was unprecedented. Please recognize that. Nobody before or after you is going to have the same experience. Those challenges and those difficulties, they stretched you. They tested you. You know what? You bent. You didn't break. That's because you are extremely resilient. As you go forward, there are going to be greater challenges and harsher difficulties. Remember, you are resilient. Just shake it off. Any situation only has the power you give it. It only has the power you give it in your head, in your mind, in your heart, in your emotions. Choose to only give your power to that which is positive, supportive, and is going to help you grow. If you can help your patients to learn that lesson, you will truly make the world a healthier place. I wish you much, much happiness and success in your careers as osteopathic physicians. It is the best path in the world. And finally, Doctors, 4 years ago, you chose to come to Unicom and to join our family. Thank you.
you.